Today, we're going to look at one of the most influential blues rock guitarists of all times. I'm talking about Johnny Winter. And I'm talking about this album, John Dawson Winter III. And hey, let's try and figure out why this guy isn't in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. So this story starts back in about 1974. I was a stupid jock. I loved Leonard Skynyrd. I wanted to see him play Freebird live. So it turns out Leonard Skynyrd was coming to a day on the green at the Oakland Coliseum. About 1974, 1975, somewhere in there. So my dumb jock buddies and I all wanted to go. Well, some of the opening bands were people we'd never heard of. Some guy named Edgar Winter, Rick Derringer, Johnny Winter. Never heard of these guys. Well, we went and we got into the show. We were on the green and we're so amped up. We just want to keep yelling, "Freebird, Freebird!" Well, the opening acts came out and suddenly there was this guy named Johnny Winter. Whoa, who is this guy? Man, he can rock. Right after the show, I went out and bought the latest Johnny Winter album, which was John Dawson Winter III. So how did we get here? Johnny released his first recording at the age of 15. He had a band named Johnny and the Jammers. They released a song called School Day Blues on a small Houston record label. His big break came in 1968 when Mike Bloomfield invited him up on stage to perform a song. It was actually at a Al Cooper, Mike Bloomfield concert at the Fillmore East. Pretty big venue at the time. Anyhow, it wasn't uncommon for record executives to go scout new talent by attending either the Fillmore West or the Fillmore East. Lucky for Johnny, that night there was a bunch of executives from Columbia CBS Records. They were blown away. They actually offered him a record contract and gave him what turned out to be the highest record advance in history to that point. They gave Johnny Winter a $600,000 advance. Johnny became a huge success, but like many creative people, suffered from his demons. Johnny's demons? Heroin addiction. Johnny fell deep into the addiction, and he knew that he must break free. So in 1973, he went off to rehab and re-emerged. He came out with a new record in 1973 called Still Alive and Well, with the title song being written by his friend and oftentimes bandmate, Rick Derringer. Once back in the saddle, Johnny released two albums in 1974. The first, Saints and Sinners. The second album in 1974 is actually this album, John Dawson Winter III. This album contains a combination of original compositions and cover tunes. The first song on the album is called Rock and Roll People. It's written by John Lennon, and I'm sure it's performed in a way that John Lennon never even imagined. The song features Johnny's signature growly voice and his amazing guitar riffs. The next song, Golden Olden Days of Rock and Roll, has a very, although brief, but amazing guitar solo. The next song on the album is a self-composition and probably my favorite song on the album. It's called Self-Destructive Blues. The song is a cross between blues and rock. You know, that electric blues style that hard to determine if it's blues or rock. You know, the area where Johnny shines. This is an amazing song. The next song is called Raised on Rock. This song has one of those kind of annoying choruses that you just can't get out of your head, where you think about it all day long, but it does have a killer guitar solo. The last song on this album is called Stranger. It's a bluesy, soulful, beautiful ballad written by Johnny. It's an amazing song, and I'm not much of a ballad guy. Side 2 begins with a song that's probably my least favorite song on the album. It's called Mind Over Matter. I can't really put my finger on why I don't like the song, but it does include a killer guitar solo. The next song is called Roll With Me. It's written by Rick Derringer, and it contains a type of guitar solo that both Rick and Johnny are known for. Just plain up good old rock and roll. The next two songs are both written by Johnny. The first is actually a country song called Love Song to Me, and then the next song is a electric blues song called Pick Up on My Mojo. The next song is a beautiful ballad. And like we just said, I'm not a ballad guy. The song is called Lay Down Your Sorrows. It's just a beautiful ballad with a lot of guitar. And the final song is called Sweet Papa John. And this concludes an awesome album. Okay, so where does this leave us? It leaves us with a guy who's been influential in both blues and in rock and roll. He's actually produced many, many albums of blues greats like Muddy Waters. The guy has a guitar sound like no other. So why isn't this guy in the Hall of Fame? There's actually a Facebook page or two trying to gather support for Johnny to be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I really suggest you check out that Facebook page, like it, follow it, and let's see if we can't get him into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. So let's go ahead and take a look at my feelings for this album. How would I rate the album? Zoop, zoop. Whoa, 2 full thumbs up? Yeah, I would. The guy's an amazing guitarist. When I saw him, I was blown away. Buy this album, buy this album, buy this album.